Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and we thank you for joining us as you do each and every day on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99 for you cable subscribers, on the web on civiccentertv.com, on our Watch Live page, as well as on demand all throughout the week as you're tuning in. You can also find us on Facebook each and every day on facebook.com/Civic Center TV 15, and today also broadcasting on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. In addition, we're on our YouTube page at Civic Center TV, and you can always find us on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM. Diane, it was a rainy Wednesday in the Greater West Bloomfield area. A lot of rain overnight also in our local area, but some sunshine on its way and a little bit of clouds as we wrap up the week.
A lot of sunshine on its way, Tyler, as we go into the final days of this week. For today, we're starting off with partly cloudy skies, which will transition into a mostly sunny skies as we move into the afternoon. Temperatures are as high as 51, and the lows are dropping down low to 37 degrees in the evening time. And as we go into Friday, similar conditions with partly cloudy skies throughout the morning, and then it will also transition into mostly sunny skies throughout the late morning and into the afternoon with clear skies at night. Highs of 49 tomorrow and lows of 31 degrees. And as we move into Saturday, it will be more sunny, Tyler, as we go into a Saturday with mostly sunny morning and a partly cloudy afternoon. Highs of 46 degrees for Saturday and lows of 32. So we will see more sunshine in the coming days, and it will definitely give us a break from what we had yesterday, from all the rain that we had yesterday.
Yeah, just one day of rain this week, and otherwise a lot of sunshine on its way. The sun already peeking through the clouds on this Thursday in the Greater West Bloomfield area. That's also going to make for a very pleasant night on Friday for West Bloomfield Lakers football as they continue their playoff run in the regional finals against Clarkson. We'll tell you about that game in just a little bit. Plus, other athletes making headlines in our local area on Wednesday as 3 West Bloomfield Girls Basketball stars signed their national letters of intent. We'll tell you about these 3 athletes, and you'll hear from them in just a little bit on the program. The West Bloomfield Police Department has launched a newsletter to keep the community up to date on public safety information and crime tips in our local community. We'll tell you how you can subscribe to that newsletter coming up in just a few minutes. West Bloomfield Parks has unveiled their Green Dream for November, and it involves your yard work, how you can do your yard work while also helping our local ecosystem in the Greater West Bloomfield area. November and the holiday season is always a busy time of the year for the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Suzanne Levine will join us on today's program to talk about all their upcoming events, including some holiday events coming up in December. Plus, West Bloomfield High School music students received a special honor earlier on this week. There'll be a discussion on a Broadway show, very holiday themed, coming up at the West Bloomfield Library in just a little under a week. Plus, as we get into the holiday season, how you can keep your kitchen safe and your home safe in the process, some tips from the West Bloomfield Township Police Department, and how you can win some cash this holiday season too by supporting local businesses through Oakland County. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up. Stay with us. The Splash Live continues after this short break.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy, And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We also thank you for joining us today on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Suzanne and Levine will join us in just a little while on today's edition of the program. Friday is a big day in Greater West Bloomfield for sports. The West Bloomfield High School varsity football team continues their exciting playoff run with one final home game for the 2023-24 season against a familiar foe in the Clarkston Wolves, a team that was one of just two to beat West Bloomfield during the regular season back in Week 6 in a 36-44 win for the Wolves. The West Bloomfield Lakers looking to reverse that this time around, pick up a win on their home field to advance to the state semifinals on Friday. Kickoff is going to be at 7 o'clock for the regional championship between the West Bloomfield Lakers and the Clarkston Wolves. Our coverage will begin at about 6:30 or so on WBTV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. Due to MHSAA regulations, we will not be on Civic Center TV, nor will we be broadcasting the football game on our website or on civiccentertv.com's Lakers Sports page, as there are exclusive streaming rights in partnership with the MHSAA for these football games during the playoffs. However, we will be broadcasting on your local school district's TV channel, West Bloomfield School District's TV channel. It's Comcast Channel 19 and AT&T Channel 99. We can also you can also listen to the game, as always, on 89.3 Lakes FM. It was a very interesting game last week on the road against Utica Eisenhower. I talked to Coach Zach Hilbers about that game and previewed this week's game on This Week in Laker Football. And as always, the best place to keep up to date on our coverage of West Bloomfield Lakers football is on our social media pages. Diane, we'll have updates as we continue on today and throughout tomorrow as we get ready for our special coverage of West Bloomfield Laker football.
That is true, Tyler. We will be sharing more information about where you can find us on channel, as you said earlier, on Comcast Channel 19 and AT&T Channel 99 for WBTV, or on the radio at 89.3 Lakes FM. We'll be sharing more information and more graphics on where you can find us, how you can watch us, and just to tune in and watch the show and be informed on what's going to be happening on this game on Friday with the Lakers against the Clarkston.
Yeah, Clarkston is a team that's coming in 6-5 overall on the season and throughout the playoffs. They snuck into the playoffs with some quality wins throughout their season, a very competitive schedule as well, with the OAA Red Division, that's the division the Lakers are in, having 5 out of its 6 teams qualify for the playoffs, all being in this same region, and now it comes down to the final 2 teams in that region, the Clarkston Wolves coming into town to take on the West Bloomfield Lakers on Friday. Again, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Our coverage will begin about 6:30 on WBTV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. It was an exciting day on Wednesday at West Bloomfield High School as 3 girls basketball athletes, champions in their own right, had signed their national letters of intent to play basketball at the collegiate level. 3 athletes yesterday, Kendall Hendrix, Summer Davis, and India Davis, pictured left to right on your screen on civiccentertv.com, all signing their national letters of intent and receiving praise from the athletic department, as well as head coach Darren McAllister, who has been coaching them over the last few years at West Bloomfield High School. These are 3 athletes with very different stories than one another. Kendall having overcome injuries to play in her junior season last year, and now back in her senior season healthy, and continue her recruitment and sign ultimately with Loyola Chicago. With Loyola University Chicago. And then Summer and India Davis, 2 stars on this team that have received national recognition for their skills, who had previously committed to Michigan State, and then after a coaching change with Susie Merchant's retirement, had reopened their recruitment and landed ultimately in the SEC, where they're going to be playing at the University of Georgia and competing with those defending champion LSU Tigers very soon. And they're looking forward to a big 2023 season. Summer last year, in the red on your screen on CivicCenterTV.com, averaging nearly 19 points per game and shot 45% from the field. Her sister India, in the black shirt on your screen on CivicCenterTV.com, nearly 16 points per game, almost 9 rebounds, plus shot nearly 50% from the field. She's looking to have a big senior season herself. And Kendall Hendrix, who's been big on the boards last season for the Lakers, averaging about 6 rebounds per game, shot well from the field also, wants to improve that shooting in 2023 and ultimately be a bigger offensive factor in this season. You can expect a big year ahead for Kendall, as well as the West Bloomfield Lakers are soon to begin their winter season for sports, which includes girls basketball, looking to make it back to the Breslin Center for the 3rd consecutive season. They've played in 2 straight MHSAA Division I championship games, having won one of them 2 years ago, and last season narrowly losing in the finals to Rockford at the Breslin. So big season ahead for all 3 of these athletes at West Bloomfield High School, Diane, and bright futures ahead for them as well.
That is true, Tyler. Congratulations to both India and Summer Davis for signing up with the Georgia University, and for Kendall Hendrix for her commitment with the Loyola of Chicago. We are very, very proud of them. And they also, Tyler, they also mentioned on a Facebook post that they are not only dedicated on the field in basketball, but they are also academically dedicated as well. This shows how they mentioned that all of their GPAs are above 3.6. This shows how dedicated those students are, how disciplined they are, and how good our schooling system is. So we are very proud of them in academics, and we are very proud of them in sports. We hope that they make the best of it out of the future, and we know that someday we will look back, Tyler, and we will watch them hopefully succeed, and hopefully will move on from college level to a more professional also basketball teams.
Yeah, it wouldn't be shocking to see all 3 of these women in the WNBA in the years to come. Successful college careers definitely ahead for these 3 at Loyola Chicago, for Kendall Hendrix, as well as at the University of Georgia, playing for the Bulldogs for Summer and India Davis. I had a chance to talk to all 3 of these athletes at their signing day yesterday. After this short break on the Splash Live, we'll hear from Kendall Hendrix, and later on, we'll hear from the Davis twins. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on CivicCenterTV.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at CivicCenterTV.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen. Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. Catch the Lakers this Friday as they face off against the Clarkston Wolves, exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Tyler Kieft from Civic Center TV alongside West Bloomfield High School senior Kendall Hendrix, headed to Loyola Chicago next year to play college basketball. And Kendall, you've had a long journey at West Bloomfield High School, and you talked about this during your speech at signing day today about your path back from injury. And that doesn't necessarily highlight your entire career, but it does highlight the work ethic that went into your career. Speak to the journey that you took to get from starting your basketball career to now signing to play at the next level.
I've been playing basketball for a long time, and I always been wanting to go to the gym, work out with my sister all the time. It's just something I've been doing for a minute, and I always had a goal to play college basketball, and I always knew it took to make it there. A lot of my cousins, my family, my mom, my dad, they all played collegiate sports. So like I was surrounded by it my whole life. So I think that really helped me get to where I am today.
And how did that challenge of having a basketball family, your parents having played, your grandparents having played, your sister being a competitive player in her own right, how did that help you grow as a basketball player?
I mean, it taught me morals, discipline, and telling me like what I should do, what I shouldn't do, like help me get that mindset of like an athlete, and like people that can train me, like support me, like know what to do to get me to where I want to be.
The loyalty of the Loyola Chicago staff is something you touched on also, them sticking with you in your recruiting through your injury, especially as you got back into really full game action last season. What about Loyola Chicago, beyond that loyalty, was also making it the right fit for you to play college ball?
When the first time I went there, like I just love the coaching staff. It's a positive environment. Like it's a great environment to get better. They seem like they know what they're doing, and like I love the campus. I love the student life. Like I love the team, and I just felt like right when I got there, I was like, this is the place for me. Like it was like the right environment in a nice city, with like good education and like good people around me that I think can help me get better as a person and a player.
Previewing this season, last season, the second consecutive appearance for the Lakers in the state championship game at the Breslin Center. Last year came up short against Rockford, but you had a full season under your belt. Now you got another one coming up this year. What are you looking to improve personally on this year to help your team get that second state championship in 3 years?
I think being a leader, being a good captain, like pushing my teammates, and also like being confident on the court, like going to the basket, showing that I can score from all parts of the court, rebounding, because we don't have a big this year, so I'm going to have to make sure I show up on the boards and being tough and just pushing my teammates, like I said.
What's it going to take in 2023 for this Lakers girls basketball team to not only get back to the state championship game for the third consecutive season, a tough feat in its own right, but to get that state championship back to West Bloomfield?
I think togetherness and commitment, because I think we have the skill to beat anybody, but as long as we're all committed, we all together, and we all like show up every day and have good energy, I think we can do big things.
Kendall, anything else you want to talk about in terms of your career at West Bloomfield High School, your journey along your basketball career, getting to this point, signing your national letter of intent today?
I'm just grateful for all my family and friends and coaches that got me to this point.
Plenty more coming up with Kendall and with other athletes right here at West Bloomfield High School on National Signing Day, event number 1 for 2023 at West Bloomfield High School. Stay with us. More of our coverage coming up next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Tyler Kieft here from Civic Center TV alongside India and Summer Davis from the West Bloomfield Lakers Girls Varsity Basketball team, both signing their national letters of intent to play at the University of Georgia at the next level. This is not your first time committing to a university. You had a coaching change at your original commit of Michigan State, but in this case now going to the SEC to play at Georgia, and this was the decision you both made together to go to the same university. India, I'll start with you. What about the University of Georgia made that the perfect fit for you as basketball?
I would definitely say the coaching staff and then the environment, how comfortable they made us feel, and it just felt like home already. Yes, it's a home environment, and just the coaches, how they welcomed us and how they treated us.
So how important was it for you to, as you're making your college decision, incorporate where India was going and what some of her needs and desires for staff and for a program at the next level were too?
They always mentioned that they needed guards, so we were always combo guards, and just they always emphasized on what they needed, and those are our strengths.
So was it always kind of a foregone conclusion for the two of you that you wanted to play at the next level together?
Yeah, it was no-brainer that we wanted to play together. It was always the plan.
You two both some of the biggest leaders on this girls varsity basketball team and have been for the past several years, both as underclassmen and as upperclassmen. Summer, let's begin with you. What do you believe needs to happen this season for you to have similar success to last year but get back to that pinnacle of being state champions?
I think it starts with just chemistry and being disciplined, and just being respectful and being able to learn and be open to new ideas.
India, how much does the preparation before the season, both between the two of you and your teammates, factor into taking that next step forward this year to have another great season under your belt?
It's a big step because the work we put in the preseason, it definitely reflects on what happens in March. So we've been putting a lot of work, and what happens. It's the outcome because we work hard for it.
The way the season ended last year, had so much success in the regular season, you had a great playoff push, and then you came up just short in that state championship game, a very physical back-and-forth matchup with Rockford. How does that inform your approach to 2023?
We're coming harder, more physical, more stronger, more bigger. We just want it all this time.
Summer, how did that change your approach to preparation for this season?
I think just outsmarting the team and knowing what to do and when to do it and just being ready this time around.
In terms of that next level, playing in college, playing in the SEC, it's a tough division to play in at the next level in women's basketball. And so for you, as you're getting ready for this final season at West Bloomfield High School, what are you really looking at focusing on in your own game and your own development to get you ready to play in the SEC next year?
Definitely my shot being really consistent, my dribbles being tight, being able to have my IQ higher just for the passing and just the other playmaking decisions. Definitely hitting the weight room because, next level, everybody's much stronger, bigger. So hitting the weight room, getting a quicker shot, and just working on our handle and staying consistent.
Defending champs LSU are in the SEC also, but Georgia's oncoming with Summer and India Davis headed their way next year. Anything else you want to say, either of you, about your high school experience, about your career at West Bloomfield on the basketball court?
It's been a bumpy road, but I really appreciate everything we went through for the 4 years, COVID, losing the state championship. It's just been all the lesson we learned from it. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been worth it along the way. So I'm ready to see what this holds this year.
Big season ahead for the Lakers. 2 consecutive appearances in the state championship game at the Breslin Center. They've won one, they narrowly lost the other, looking to make it 3 straight years and 2 championships. Summer Davis, India Davis, Tyler Kieft at West Bloomfield High School. More coverage coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We also thank you for joining us today on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. More information on their upcoming events and how you can join the local chamber by visiting westbloomfieldchamber.com. The West Bloomfield Police Department is upping their efforts to make the public better aware of public safety news and information, plus tips on crime in our local area as well. Launching a new newsletter they announced on Facebook earlier on this week. They've already got one edition of that newsletter out that they released late last week. That includes some information on a local crime alert, a story we've told you about several times. That includes some crooks using spoofing techniques, as they're called, to disguise their phone number and their caller ID to make it look like you're getting a phone call from the West Bloomfield Police Department, when in fact it is a bogus call that's claiming that you need to turn over a certain amount of money for a bond payment, or you'll be surrendered to the 48th District Court for arrest, which is of course a false claim being made, and the police department making it known last week and in the past couple weeks that they'll never contact you for payment by the phone in any way, shape, or form for any case. And so they put out that in their newsletter. Also information on keeping your vehicles safe, on gun locks, and other bits and pieces of information in this newsletter coming up. You can find more information by visiting their Facebook page, West Bloomfield PD on Facebook. For even more information on this newsletter, and in their comments section, there is a link to sign up for the newsletter, to subscribe to this newsletter. We also have a QR code on your screen on CivicCenterTV.com. If you pause our video right now or just hang out with us for a few moments, and I'll keep talking about this for a moment while we discuss this QR code. You scan that QR code, it'll take you directly to their sign-up page. You put in your information, and you can sign up for free to receive this newsletter from the West Bloomfield Police Department. It gives you options to sign up for all their news and announcements and press releases, or just one or the other. You give them your email, you give them your name, and you consent to their data privacy policy, and that's all you've got to do in order to sign up for this newsletter and get regular news and information on public safety from the West Bloomfield Police Department. And Dayan, of course, you can always stay tuned to us on the Splash Live every single day for up-to-date information from the police department as well.
That is true, Tyler. Actually, this is why I initially signed up for it. I signed up for it yesterday to keep our viewers informed about every single thing that the West Bloomfield Department publishes on this newsletter, in case they didn't. But I highly encourage them to sign up for the newsletter. It keeps them informed. It keeps them informed about everything that's going on in their community. It provides some tips and resources, also for them to teach them how to keep their family safe, their property safe, and to make sure that they are not scammed, as you said, Tyler, because they initially did provide a lot of tips on how to prevent SMS spoofing, or whether it's call scams or even in-person scams. We heard that it happened before in the West Bloomfield area. People did try to scam people into going into their houses or letting them give them money as a foreigner that needs help. We did see a lot of stories of scammers before. So this newsletter will provide them with all the information, keep them informed of whatever is going on in the community. If there is scammers or potential threat to them, make sure that they are safe, and provide them with great resources and tips.
Yeah, and this time of the year is the perfect time to sign up for that as we get into a holiday traffic season, as we get into the snowier parts of the year. And sometimes we do have big snow events that involve public safety on our roadways, and roads have to be blocked off or have to have detours set up for the safety of the public out on the roads. And the police department's surely going to use this newsletter for that information as well. And as we said, you can always stay tuned to us right here on Civic Center TV for more information, as the police department and us communicate that to you each and every day. Another organization with a newsletter that includes some helpful information on conservation tips is West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. The West Bloomfield Parks team unveiling their November Green Dream. That's their monthly conservation tip that they provide to the community on their social media. This time of the year, their November tip regards your landscaping during the fall. November's tip is leave your leaves in place. They said on their Facebook post about this, quote, "Bagging leaves produces unnecessary waste. Leaves decompose better in your yard than they do in a landfill. Leaving your leaves in place can actually help nourish the soil in your yard and help prevent weed growth in the spring. They are also integral to the survival of overwintering Michigan life," and closed quote. That is from their Facebook post, saying that a great way to prepare your yard for the fall is to leave the leaves in place, help them nourish your lawn throughout the fall season and the winter season as they decompose right there on your lawn, and help you out in the spring. Some great advice from West Bloomfield Parks. And a lot of people will bag their leaves up and will throw them out. Some people, I know that my dad, what he used to do, there's a little bit of forest area near a creek, and sometimes what we would do is we'd bag some of those leaves, but when we were growing up, we'd bag some of those leaves, we'd put others in that area too to help nourish that area of the land during the fall and the winter seasons. And so great advice from West Bloomfield Parks, Dayan, on helping people who maybe don't want to do that extra yard work and rake their leaves and bag them up. Now they got an excuse not to. Hey, look, it's good for my yard, good for the environment. I'm going to leave my leaves right there all throughout the fall.
That's definitely a great tip from the West Bloomfield Parks. They always provide us with great environmental tips. And Tyler, whether it was the mail the last month, it was how to get rid of unnecessary mail. It's good for us. It's good for decluttering the house. And now they're telling us what to do with a lot of leaves. Some people get bothered by all these leaves probably in their driveway. All they can do is just try to sweep them away into the grass and try to nourish that grass instead of trying to bag them. As you said, Tyler, it's a lot of work. And if they do actually bother you, do what Tyler and his father used to do. Bag them and release them back into a different area. Try to put them in a different forest area if you live near a forest. Or make sure that you do not throw them away in a bag. So, or you reuse that bag that you bagged them in initially as well. So you won't produce more waste. So great tip from the West Bloomfield Parks. They continue to give us great tips. Again, as a West Bloomfield resident, you can follow them on their Facebook page. They do provide a lot of these great tips. And they do also inform us about all the events that's going on in the community.
Yeah, wbparks.org is a great resource. If you go to their page about their staff and you connect with any of their naturalist team, including naturalist supervisor Lauren Missouri, they'll give you even more information. Get in contact with them. They would love to communicate with you about different ways you can take some steps to live a greener lifestyle in your home and outside your home as well, not just in November, but all throughout the year. And of course, on their social media, you can get their Green Dream posts month in and month out, including for November. The big tip here: leave your leaves in place. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. On the other side, plenty going on in our local business community now and in the future. Big events coming up for the holiday season. And Suzanne Levine from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce will join us next to discuss on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. Catch the Lakers this Friday as they face off against the Clarkston Wolves. Exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We thank you also for joining us today on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Go ahead and give them a follow on facebook.com/West Bloomfield CC. Facebook.com/West Bloomfield CC for updates all throughout the year on exciting events happening in our business community. Joining us now from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce on the Splash Live is Suzanne Levine, the Executive Director of our local chamber. Suzanne, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having
glad to have
me.
you on to talk about what's going on. Yeah, glad to have you to talk about the business community. It's an exciting time of the year as we get into the holidays. People are getting ready to do their holiday shopping. They're getting ready to have families come in to the local area to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday and more. But it's a great time of the year to get together with your family and celebrate this time of the year, but also do so by supporting our local businesses. How big of a time of the year is November, really through the end of the year, for our local small businesses?
This is really a huge time for us to really go out and support our local businesses. This is one of their biggest money makers, between Thanksgiving and New Year's. And so it's really important that people shop local. I know Oakland County has a, support local businesses competition where you take pictures of yourself at local businesses and send it to them, and they have certain prizes. But more importantly, it's a way to show our gratitude for these people that survived during the pandemic. And so there's all different really unique shops that you can't get through Amazon or some of the big box stores. So I really urge people to come to our community, shop and dine here. We have some great restaurants, some new restaurants. So this is just a really great way to show our community that we really support them, and we are very grateful that they, stuck it out.
And not only that, when you're supporting a local business, you're not just supporting them with your patronage, but their support from your patronage, from what they make off of their sales in our local community, that goes back into the community too. Our local businesses are very adamant about getting involved in the greater West Bloomfield community and celebrating and supporting different efforts all throughout the local area, not just on the business side.
Absolutely. The great veterans breakfast that you did a fabulous job with. But really, it goes back into our schools, into our roads, into, our all kinds of different projects that support our community. And we want West Bloomfield and the greater West Bloomfield area to thrive and survive. So we are very grateful for their support, and any way that we can, support them, that would be great.
You can learn more information about Chamber members and local small businesses that you can shop at this holiday season by visiting the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce's website, westbloomfieldchamber.com, or follow them on their Facebook page at West Bloomfield CC. Joining us on the Splash Live is the Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Levine, on today's edition of the program. And not only is the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce an advocate for our local businesses, you're also a partner for those businesses too, and connecting them with other professionals in the local area that can help them grow their business or grow partnerships in our local community. And that includes a lot of very special events and initiatives from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce that really do ramp up this time of the year. What are some of the favorites that are ongoing and could really help some local businesses and local professionals over the next month or so?
Well, we have our senior resource group, which is so fabulous. It's a way for businesses that want to help support our senior community, and they meet, and they also do talk times in conjunction with our great community partner, West Bloomfield Parks and Rec. We have our wealth group, our wellness and health professionals, and these are wellness and health professionals that are trying to show the community different things to help sustain your health, improve it. We have our really great, our Not So White Elephant charity party that we have every year. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to raise money for a local charity. This year, we are going to be supporting the Gary Bernstein Community Health Clinic. And for those of you that don't know anything about this fabulous organization, they support low-income families with free health benefits and dental. There's even a pharmacy there. Go check them out at, I believe it's Gary Bernstein CommunityHealthClinic.org and learn more about them. But our charity party is really great. We would like you to please make sure that you register so we have room. It's going to be at Aurora Italiana, the beautiful new restaurant on Orchard Lake. It's going to be December 13th from 5 to 7. And all we ask is that you bring a wrapped gift worth at least $20, and then we raffle these gifts off. You buy raffle tickets, and we give all the money to the charity. And it's just a fun event to celebrate our community, our members, and also give back during this, time of need.
Yeah, it's right in the thick of the holiday season. That is again Wednesday, December 13th, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the new Aurora Italiana, 6199 Orchard Lake Road. You can find more information and RSVP for the party on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Register also by sending an email to wbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com for more information as well. And Suzanne, these events that you have going on all throughout the year, whether it's the Women's Inspiration Network, Business Innovation Generator, Senior Resource Group, or even Cup of Connections, they require a lot of partnership from these businesses directly to sponsor these events, to host these events as well. I know you're looking for different businesses to host your Cup of Connections events in 2024. Tell us about Cup of Connections and what is needed to host one of those next year.
The Cup of Connections is a great way. It's a drop-in coffee from usually 8:30 to 9:30 at a local business. We're doing one actually tomorrow at All Seasons West Bloomfield, and it's a great way to bring people into your organization, your business that maybe don't even know that you exist. So we ask that you contact me at wbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com or call 248-626-3636. And it's just a really fabulous way to let people know all about your business. And it's also a great way for businesses to connect one another. So I love this. It's sort of just a casual networking event. We have it on the second Friday of every month. And moving forward, we're going to be doing our installation of our new board sometime in January. We're looking possibly to having Connect be the sponsor. So that'll be another exciting, event where the community gets to meet our board of directors, which is really important to make these connections and learn about some of the things that they do to support our community.
And it's a great opportunity too, as you're joining the Chamber of Commerce, or as you're considering joining your local Chamber of Commerce or a local Chamber of Commerce, to be able to build those partnerships, not just in your local area, your direct community, but in communities surrounding. And that's what's great about the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne, is you have businesses that are, of course, in the Greater West Bloomfield area proper, West Bloomfield, Keagle Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake. But membership is not closed to just members of those communities or businesses in those communities. How important is it to have businesses, not just in that hyper-localized area, but from throughout the nearby areas too, be part of your Chamber of Commerce?
I think it's really important because it brings people into our area. And we know that the more people that you can attract to your area, the more business you're going to have. We have fabulous restaurants, really cool boutiques, medical services. So what has really been great is, I think originally when all the chambers were created, they were to support their local community. And basically they only had local businesses. Now, with the advent of social media, Civic Center TV, thank you, and other means of making sure social media that people understand what your community has to offer. It's really great to bring people from other areas to showcase what a great community we live in between our parks and rec and our library, all of our other services. So we're very fortunate here because we have a very diverse, amazing community. And the more that we can do to support it, the greater that our schools and our different services will be.
You can find more information on the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, including how you and your local business can join the chamber at westbloomfieldchamber.com. Suzanne, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.
You as well. Always more information on upcoming chamber events and initiatives on their Facebook page, as well as they join us today on facebook.com/westbloomfieldcc. Again, all their upcoming events listed on their website, westbloomfieldchamber.com, including their upcoming Not So White Elephant Holiday Party, the 8th annual edition of this party, Wednesday, December 13th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can register now by sending an email to westbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T 9. Lakers Friday as they face off against the Clarkston Wolves, exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM. On our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15, on YouTube at Civic Center TV. And today also joining us on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, facebook.com/West Bloomfield CC. We have some incredibly talented students at West Bloomfield High School, and that is certainly the case in their musical departments. The band, orchestra, choir, and other music students at the high school recognized on Wednesday night as they were inducted into the Tri-M Music Honor Society at the high school. We heard from Linda Trotter, from the band directors, also from Cheryl Haupt, from the choir, and of course the students, as they were recognized for what is a high honor in high school music in our local area and throughout the country. And now, to join the Tri-M Music Honor Society, there are specific requirements that have to be fulfilled by students by the time they're enrolling for potential induction into this group. They have to be enrolled in a school-sponsored music ensemble or a class, so either in a proper music class or in something like the jazz band or the symphony orchestra and so on and so forth, for at least one semester during the school year by which they're applying, and maintain at least a 3.0 GPA overall and at least an A average in their music classes while they are members. Also, the society recognizes core principles of leadership, service, and character, all of which are very much fulfilled by our band, orchestra, choir, and other music students. Here you're seeing some of them with their honors certificates from the Tri-M Music Society as they received their awards on Wednesday night in the auditorium at West Bloomfield High School. Congratulations to all of these students for receiving this special honor, and Dayan also for being recognized not just for their musical talents and accomplishments, but for their accomplishments in the classroom and outside the school as well.
That is true, Tyler. Just like India and Kendall and all of our athletes and our musicians in our high schools, they are not only dedicated on the field or are in the theater or in music, they're also dedicated in the classroom. It just goes on to show how committed these students are and how committed these teachers are to creating successful futures for all our students in our community. So congratulations to them. It's just, I can only imagine, Tyler, the hard work, the practice, and the passion that went into earning this induction as well. So congratulations to them and to the teachers for helping them achieve this success.
Yeah, students do great work, and they really work hard at their craft to perform great music on behalf of West Bloomfield High School and really put the Laker Nation on the map musically, not just in the state of Michigan or in our local area, but regionally and throughout the country. And their teachers, as you said, too, credit to them. Cheryl Haupt on the choir side, Linda Trotter on the orchestral side, Jesse Sachs and others on the band side, for also establishing these great opportunities for their kids too in their classroom to get the opportunities outside of the high school to learn more about music and engage in our local musical community. You'll have a chance to do just that at the West Bloomfield Library coming up next week, Wednesday, November 15th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the main library in their community room. It is the final Talkin' Broadway event of 2023. They've already had one of these. They launched it earlier on in the fall, and now they're going to have one more coming up. Very holiday themed, as they'll be talking about You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, with music and lyrics from Clark Gesner and Andrew Lippa, and conversation and some performances from Liz Lombard and Tim Pare from the Michigan Michigan Stage. Tim Paré is the artistic director of Michigan Stage, and Liz Lombard also joining him for a discussion on Talking Broadway, listening to some of the music and seeing some of the performances as well, plus discussing the history of this production too, which is right in the thick of the holiday season. Dayan, really exciting new event that has begun in partnership between Michigan Stage and the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, and one more fun event as we head into the holiday season. It's the perfect Charlie Brown time of year.
It definitely is the perfect Charlie Brown time of the year, and it's also, Tyler, it's great that they're doing all these indoor activities, reading activities, I must say, and artistic activities in the West Bloomfield Township Library. I have seen many events previously, and they will continue to do so, giving those viewers all those wonderful discussions about the history of the production and showing them some live performances, whether it's Charlie Brown, and they will continue to do so in the future. We have seen them done this in the past, and they will continue to do so in the future. That's also a great collaboration with the MSU. So we are very happy that they're bringing this to our community in the West Bloomfield Township Library.
Yeah, I would gladly volunteer to dress up as Charlie Brown and run up to the football to try to kick it as someone else playing Lucy runs it away from it. I'll fall. I'll make it very slapstick. It'll be very funny for that event next week, Wednesday night. But otherwise, if you'd like to attend the event, learn more about your good man, Charlie Brown, a great opportunity to do so, as the library's been making great efforts to expand their storytelling opportunities and discussion opportunities. They've, of course, had these for years about books. They've had them more recently in the past few years about movies, and now moving on to the stage as well. So looking forward to more Talkin' Broadway in 2024 as they wrap up next week for the 2023 calendar year. We'll take a break on the Splash Live on the other side as we quickly approach the holiday season and you get a little bit more active in your kitchen cooking for more people and more often. It's important to make sure you're maintaining a safe kitchen environment to prevent home fires during this time of the year and really, frankly, all throughout the year. We'll get some helpful advice from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department after this break. Plus, we'll take a look at how you can help small businesses and maybe win some cash yourself this holiday season. Splash Live continues next.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiver.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media, 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and as we get ready for the holiday season, maybe you're having some family coming in, you're getting ready to cook that Thanksgiving turkey or other holiday meals for you and yours. You're going to be spending a lot more time in the kitchen. There's going to be a lot more on the stove or in the oven. And that means you got to pay better attention to what's happening in your kitchen to prevent home fires that often do spark from your kitchen and can spread throughout your home very quickly. Some great advice recently provided on Facebook from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department, saying every year we respond to numerous kitchen fires that could have been prevented. While you are cooking, be sure you keep a lid nearby and don't leave your cooking unattended, end closed quote. You can follow them on Facebook, facebook.com at WB Fire Department for more helpful safety tips all throughout the year. But that's really great advice, as we had Byron Turnquist on recently from the fire department, the fire marshal in West Bloomfield Township, to talk about a couple of home fires that had broken out. And he had mentioned some of the common culprits, not necessarily in those fires that were under investigation at the time that we were discussing them, but others that they've responded to in the local area of late, or typically respond to this time of the year. Those kitchen fires often do happen when someone walks away from what they're cooking on their stove or in their oven, leaves it unattended, and then they come back to smoke or fire in their kitchen. And by the time they're getting there and trying to put that fire out with a fire extinguisher or by other safe means, it's too late. They got to escape their home and call the fire department. And now you got a response that could potentially burn your house down or be a major hazard to yourself and your family, as well as your neighbors as well. All the more reason to be nearby your cooking, especially if you have anything that's requiring an open flame. Maybe you're cooking with a gas stove and there is that flame that's going under what you're cooking. Something may be boiling over that can create steam, that can create potential hazards, especially if you're cooking with anything that's got any sort of grease in it. So this is really good information, Diane, from the fire department, and it's a good time of the year to re-up on your safety tips, especially as you're going to have more people in your home. There's going to be more distractions during the holiday season.
And Tyler, we tend to eat a lot more during the winter season with all the cold going on outside. So we tend to do more indoor activities, and that involves more eating, whether it's popcorn on the stove or a lot of other things on the stove. And with also the holidays coming, we got Thanksgiving coming up soon, and then we got followed by Christmas and New Year. So we're always doing these indoor activities, and it always involves good food. So great tips by the West Bloomfield Fire Department. Just to recap, we must make sure that we do have our fire alarms that are functioning properly, make sure that the batteries are working properly, make sure you have also an accessible fire extinguisher in your kitchen or in areas that you light any form of fire around, such as your fireplace. So this is very, very important. Another tip you can also take from me personally is make sure that your ovens and stoves are always clean, grease-free, because grease catches on fire really quickly. And if you are as a clumsy cooker as I am, I tend to leave my oven mitts next to wherever I'm cooking. And this is a huge, huge mistake. I did caught on fire once, and I did manage to properly extinguish it on time, but make sure that this does not happen. Do not leave any flammable materials next to your oven or stove when you're cooking. Do not leave your cooking unattended at any point, and make sure that the area is clean and free of any other flammable materials.
Yeah, all good advice from the West Bloomfield Fire Department and our team here at Civic Center TV. And as we have recently passed daylight saving time for the fall, that's usually a time of the year where the fire department suggests that you change your batteries in your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide alarms, or replace them if needed. Also a good time to get a good checkup on your fire extinguishers, or replace them as needed as well. Earlier on in the program, we talked to Suzanne Levine. She mentioned an ongoing sweepstakes through Oakland County to support our small businesses. Now through November 25th, you can go through Oakland County's Advantage Oakland Local Gems contest and possibly win upwards of $1,000 by simply supporting our local businesses. All you've got to do is take a selfie at a local Oakland County small business that you consider to be a local gem and submit it using their local gem sweepstakes entry form to enter the contest. Winners can win $250, $500, or even $1,000 in this contest. Now, they do have stipulations. What is considered a small business in our local area, it's defined as, quote, an independently owned and operated, legal brick and mortar business, and that photo you take must be an original photo. Can't be some old photo from in your phone from years ago, or something that you took from someone else's page and submit yourself. It's got to be you. It's got to be original, and it's got to be at a small business as defined right here in Oakland County. But Diane, a great way to support our local small businesses as we get into the holiday season.
Definitely a great way to support it. As we all know, Tyler, we did move everything. Everything has transitioned into digital media these days, and just showcasing how wonderful and all the businesses that we have in our community will definitely help all these businesses, especially coming out of, especially in this economic time, Tyler, difficult economic time, excuse me. So it's a great way to show our businesses, to show what we got here, and a great, also we're getting into the contest and we might win, so why not?
Great opportunities, oakgov.com for more information. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all throughout the week. Stay with us. The Splash Live will continue very soon.